Plug like a boogie. I like riches, hit like nookies. You ain't scared of no, but you scared to put on your hoodie. Man, my like Woody.
I just scraped it off the top, cut it off the road, off the curve, off the block. I was already sold out of work by 10 o'clock. Too deep in the streets, felt that baby, that meant a lot. Whenever she calls.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Acrisure Stadium on the north shore of the Steel City, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Atlanta Falcons and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Strap in, this will be a good one. 2 one-loss teams getting together as they're underway on EA Sports. He will return this from deep in the end zone. Oh, good return up past the 30. He's at the 40, the 20, and he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. And that right there is how you silence the home crowd.
All week long in preparation, visiting teams talk about it. Okay, we've got to start fast. We've got to take the crowd out of it, as you just talked about there. We've got to control the ball early. And in this case, forget fast start. This is a blazing start. What they've talked about all week is their offensive unit doing that. Not necessarily the guys returning the opening kickoff, but believe me, they'll take this.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Fields it right around the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. They'll start on the ground with Harris. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The Steelers at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll run again with Harris. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ritter gets them ready at their own 14-yard line. He pitches it, and he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
They'll go option on 2nd down, right side. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 15 yards, first down Atlanta. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
On 2nd down, here's Nwangu. This defense for the Steelers, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
They're going to look to throw. They'll get this to Nwangu. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's a nice job hitting him on the angle route there. Come out of the backfield, cutting sharply across the middle. And that's good timing between the quarterback and his receiver.
Effective 3rd down play to move the chains. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Here's 2nd and 8. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. They'll look to throw again. They'll set up the screen for Nwangu. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And they stop him short of the 1st as he can only get to the 20. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
Nice job understanding the situation. 3rd and long, kept the play in front of them and made the tackle. They gave up a good chunk of yardage, but it does force a 4th down.
Back to throw again. This is caught. Touchdown. Kyle Pitts His third touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taking it about the 1. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And taken down just shy of the 40. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Pickett will look to throw it here. He'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. 34 yards from Falcon territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 27. Harris running straight ahead. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Pickett. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Steelers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. So the hand got inside the face mask that time. Looked like a pretty easy call.
And it was, and we saw this in their loss last week. Penalties at inopportune times that led to their demise.
Now a give running right, Nwangu. Room here to run. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw here. Into the hands of London. And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. 1st down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver.
Touchdown, Falcons! Calvin Ridley, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons go up by 2 touchdowns. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. Again, it's Johnson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage. The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Pickett, he's going to throw it again. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. The football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. Just a lot going on there in the middle of the field, and this one winds up a turnover.
Yeah, they're running a crossing route here, and the idea of it is to get defenders confused about who to go with. But if you throw it too early, sometimes it's your quarterback that gets confused, and here he throws it into coverage and gets it intercepted.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. 3rd and 2, Pickett. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
These guys had to settle for a field goal their last time moving the ball down the field.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. So Pickett is off to the sideline, and Chris Boswell is on for the Steeler field goal try. Boswell's kick is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Back to throw now on 1st down. That'll be complete to the running back, Nwangu. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. They'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Give him 32 on the play.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Desmond Ridder, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year. And the Falcons will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Pickett now to throw off the play fake. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. And that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I've got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. Wow, a big mistake there. Late interception in this first half, and that could lead to a field goal try the other way.
Yeah, I think at this point you just had to say, let's take a knee and go into the half and regroup. Let's just talk it over a little bit. I wonder, partner, was the analytics coach in his head a little bit? Maybe go ahead and press it and try and get some points? While the old school coach probably would have said, take the knee, let's get out of here.
Now we could see points the other way here.
Ready up.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. The drive will start with an option going left. And he is going to lose yardage here. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. Fields it right around the goal line. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the 3rd quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession. Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives. Try and slow things down a little bit. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 31-yard line. They hand this off to Harris, and he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
On 2nd and 9, Pickett. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have...
Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Richie Grant. And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On play action, they'll throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
It's a quarterback sneak. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try and sneak it in. And they catch him here and stop him for no gain.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Desmond Ridder. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This taken in at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more.
Well, this is intercepted. They get Ritter for the third time. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. On the give, this is Harris. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. A.J. Terrell coming up to make the play.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
In a game that hasn't gone your way, you've got to throw in the end zone at every opportunity and hopefully climb back in as much as possible. He put way too much on that throw, though, and that shot ends up with nothing.
Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. He's going to go up top again. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And the deficit will hold at 22.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
On 1st down, they'll run with Nwangu. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think Cameron Hayward's ability to take on blocks, hold the point of attack, and get upfield serves him very, very well. What a nice play there.
Yeah, he can take on blocks because he's built like a block. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll try the left side. Rice. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Slot man moves right. Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They'll try and run right on the option. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. up the middle, Nwangu. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Another run now for Nwangu. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Handoff here to Nwangu. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
Koo knocks this one through the post, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game. But it's intercepted. They got Pickett for the 3rd time in this game. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Nwangu going to get it on the counter. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. That's on the guard, Laken Tomlinson. A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. Give left side here for Nwangu. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. They'll go right back to Nwangu. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Ready, set. 51. Crunch time, defense.
And on 4th down, they come up and take the knee. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow. Talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From the 16, Pickett. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. Alex Highsmith there on the tackle. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
That was a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. On the give is Nwangu. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3 and leaves him with 4th and 1.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the 1st down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
And on 4th down, they come up and take the knee. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
On 2nd and 9, Pickett. And now here is another interception. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him, but you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on, but it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. And they'll indeed take a knee. And Pittsburgh with 6 defensive backs in the game here on 3rd down. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the 2nd half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Atlanta, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, the loss will move them back to
that hate, boy.
Yeah, my day ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it. But it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. It's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. Tell them line it up. Like a 4th and 1, we sneaky when we slide them. Yellow offense with no defense, now y'all time is up. We make the hits, y'all take the hits, and now we fired up. 3, 2, 1, don't need no break. Hut 1, hut 2, give it straight, that's how I like it. And we grind it every night to make it hit, now it's exciting. See, they just getting cake, they ain't never gonna get no ice. And all we want is chips, ring fingers looking ice. My day ones here to dance at the beginning. So So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it. But it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. It's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. See, we came up from the bottom, me and squad got it. And we made it through them problems, now it's God body. We eat, sleep, breathe this. Wave till they see sick. Do it right the first time, they all try to remix. Yeah, they grinded, but we grinded different. Tell them they time is ticking, but we time a fish. Bet not leave a minute, stop it. Something like the goat off in that pocket. Whole squizzy riding with me, who gon' stop it? My day ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it. Ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this.
Battle. Petty, don't matter. Far as the teller, I pray to God they rattle tattle. Hey, what's a rapper? I started off that, now I'm better. I get capital. I help my people to get cheddar. I do business. Look here, stay out my business. I'm so iceberg slimish, stainless, not a blemish. I should've been to prison. Don't boy remorse, no cases been. I got the rolling flooded, soaking wet, but ain't been swimming. I'm the man now, ain't I? Work a plan now, can't I? I remember when you lame player, hated a player, now the same lame player. They call a player male. Say, what you talking? Talking that funky, about my face. Wearing that monkey. We didn't. Not that. That might give you life advice. Get some money. 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 Get some